Minister Narendra Modi will today make reply in the Rajya Sabha on the motion of thanks to the presidential address of both the House of Parliament. The Prime Minister has already made his reply in the Lok Sabha, and after that motion was adopted in the House. Speaking on the motion of thanks to the President's address in the Rajya Sabha, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has reached out to opposition, asking them to shed disruptive politics and sought their cooperation while countering Congress attack over issues related to JNU, intolerance, inflation and foreign policy. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley withdraws EPF tax proposal. Government has rolled back its budget proposal of imposing a tax on employees' provident fund withdrawals. However, 40% rebate proposed for the NPS will continue. National Green Tribunal to resume hearing on the plea of environmentalists against holding a World Culture Festival on the banks of Yamuna River near Delhi. NGT will question various agencies on the permission given for the event. The event is slated for 11th to 13th of this month. Supreme Court will today hear a plea filed by a consortium of 17 PSU banks seeking a direction that industrialist Vijay Mallya be restrained from leaving India. The tribunal had on Monday stopped payment of 515 crore rupees to Mallya on plea of SBI. President Pranab Mukherjee presented 15 women and 5 organizations with Nari Shakti Puraskar for the year 2015 on the occasion of International Women's Day at Rashtrapati Bhavan. The award is given to eminent women and institutions for their distinguished service to the cause of women, especially belonging to vulnerable and marginalized sections of society. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan expressed concern on the proceeding being disrupted by the opposition members in Parliament. In an exclusive conversation with DD News, the Speaker said the House is not the forum to show placards and posters. The Speaker is very optimistic on the issue of 33% reservation for women in Parliament. The first batch of women fighter pilots, comprising 3 cadets to be included in Indian Air Force on June 18th. Air Chief Marshal Arup Raha says 3 women trainee officers volunteered to be inducted in the combat role. Pakistan on Tuesday repatriated 86 Indian fishermen and 1 civilian from Jammu and Kashmir. All the prisoners crossed over to India through the land transit route of Atari-Wagah border on the basis of emergency travel certificate issued by the Indian High Commission in Islamabad. All the Indian nationals were freed from Karachi jail earlier. 10 Naxals, including 2 women, on Tuesday surrendered in Bijapur district in Chhattisgarh. The cadres, 6 of them carrying cash reward on their head, turned themselves in before senior police officials at Bijapur district headquarters. A dreaded cadre, Munna Hemla, who was active in military company number 2 of Maoists, is one of the surrendered members. Bengaluru-based hacker Anand Prakash has been awarded $15,000 for finding a bug in Facebook's login system. The bug, if exploited, could let hackers access a user's messages, photos and even debit credit card details stored in the payment section, among others. The World Health Organization advised pregnant women not to travel to areas affected by Zika virus outbreak, saying the new advice was issued amid mounting evidence that Zika can cause birth defects. Iran test-fired several ballistic missiles on Tuesday, challenging a United Nations resolution and drawing a threat of a diplomatic response from the United States. Washington imposed new sanctions over Iran's missile program in January, almost immediately after separate sanctions related to Iran's nuclear program had been lifted. BCCI says World T20 match between India and Pakistan will be played at Dharamshala as per schedule. Tournament director MV Sridhar holds meeting with the Ministry of Home Affairs officials. Pak security delegation visiting Dharamshala to submit its report today. Thousands gathered to witness the first total solar eclipse of the year. Eclipse which is total in Indonesia and Central Pacific, while parts of Australia and East Asia experience partial eclipse. In India too, people witnessed partial solar eclipse at several places and devotees take holy dip in rivers.